spectators. Profanity, racial, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We believe in the spirit of competition and request that you participate as a fan in a positive way towards both teams. We hope you enjoy tonight's game.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and welcome to the Rubin Arena on the campus of Palm Beach Atlantic University for today's NCAA Division II contest between the University of Tampa Spartans and your Palm Beach Atlantic University Sailfish. At this time, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the pregame prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Leading us in prayer, Senior Associate Athletic Director, Mr. Michael R. Brown.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day here in the Rubin Arena at Palm Beach Atlantic. We thank you for Tampa, Palm Beach basketball teams, their talents and efforts. We bless these young guys. We pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet today's participants. First for the visiting University of Tampa Spartans. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, number 4, Rachel Warden. Also in guard, a 5'8" senior from Orlando, Florida, number 5, Carla Jeremy. At the forward position, a 5'8" junior from Orlando, Florida, number 22, Stasia Schneider. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Naperville, Illinois, number 23, Emily Issue. And at 4, the 6'2" junior from Tinley Park, Illinois, number 44, Ronald Franson. Spartans are led by head coach Tom Jesse, assisted by Keelan Mitrick. Sailfish fans, it's time to welcome your starting five. And forward, a 5'11" redshirt sophomore from Orlando, Florida, jersey number 0, Sierra Kobe. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Decatur, Georgia, number 2, Narcisse the Chaser. At forward, a 5'10" freshman from West Palm Beach, Florida, number 3, Jessica Nodell. At forward, a 6' senior from Miami, Florida, number 22, Nkiru Alagalimo. And at guard, a 5'8" senior from Apple Valley, Minnesota, number 23, Hannah Graham. Your official led by head coach Carlos Palacio, assisted by LaShawn Jones and Rachel Polehouse.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rubin Arena for tonight's game between the Tampa University Spartans and the Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish. Deep into the season, come into this game with a 4-18 record for Palm Beach Atlantic. The Spartans sitting at 16-7, 9-7 in conference, and PBA 3 games back from the final spot in the conference tournament, with 4 games remaining, so they are essentially playing for their lives. This is Matt Voucher alongside with TJ Budd for tonight's doubleheader between Palm Beach Atlantic and Tampa. So getting us started, Palm Beach Atlantic couldn't capitalize on the other end. Tampa, on the other hand, can't capitalize either, so Palm Beach Atlantic still has a chance at the first points of the game. Hannah Grimm bringing it up court. She is 35 points away from the school record, even though she has only played 3 seasons here at PBA.
Yeah, she transferred in as a sophomore after playing her first year at Marquette up in Wisconsin. Of course, she's from Minnesota, so that area of the country, and has had an absolutely fantastic senior season.
Anna Galibo with the mid-range jumper. Time running down on the shot clock, and PBA has the first points of the game.
Yeah, that's something with her coming in middle of the season. That's when the team has really played better. They really struggled early on, and adding that second scorer to Grimm has been a big help for this team.
6-footer from Miami. Jeremy. Julia.
Yeah, Carmen Jeremy has been one of those players that the Fish have struggled with the last couple of years as Anna Galibo travels here. And her, along with Rachel Warden, number 4, is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Spartans. Those two are the ones that the Sailfish have to really capitalize on and shut down. Warden had 6 threes in that first meeting of the season that Tampa won by 7. So her and Jeremy, as they go into again, really got to shut them down.
Anna Galibo with the rebound. Jeremy couldn't hit her second shot of the game. Grimm, trademark, rushing towards the basket. She'll dish it out to Nodell. Can't hit the 3.
Nodell's a good shooter, and she struggled a little bit in the early going, but Carlos Palacio, head coach for the Sailfish, giving her a start today. Has had a couple of starts here recently. We're going to get that outside jumper working.
Nodell's 3rd start of the season. She's played in 15, though. Tampa gets the offensive rebound, dishes it out, and will reset things with a fresh shot clock. Gordon getting it down low to Jeremy again. They'll dish it out. Good ball movement from the Spartans. Back with Jeremy down low. Goes up, can't get it off the glass. Anna Galibo with another rebound. Grimm into the lane, up off the glass, can't finish. Now Tampa will bring it down the court, quick the other way.
Let's see if they go inside to Jeremy again here. Anna Galibo playing well off of her, and her speed has been a troublesome spot for the Sailfish so far. As again, nobody close to her, so she's able to get that rebound. They got to find her and body her up.
Warden couldn't hit that long 3-pointer.
Looks like we're going to get an offensive foul. So trying to use that speed to go around Anna Galibo, and Jeremy called for the first foul of the game for the Spartans.
Warden shoots 40% from 3-point land so far this season. So it shouldn't be a surprise if we see her pull up again.
Yeah, she was 6 of 9 in that first meeting, so You know, that's something that Sailfish have struggled with all season long is three-point percentage defense, and it was a costly, troublesome spot for them in that first meeting.
Get that three-pointer going. 5-2 now for the Sailfish. Pressuring at half court. Cumbie comes away with the rebound up to Grimm, and she will get this one off the glass. Sailfish out to a 5-point lead here early. Tampa forced to call a timeout. We will head to a media timeout. So here early, 7-2, Sailfish leads the Spartans. Watching the Sailfish Sports Network.
It'll be a couples competition throughout the ladies game. Here this afternoon, we're going to send it over to Bobby to explain what's going on.
That's right, fans. So we have Libby and Bryce, we have Addie and Trevor, Jess and Carlos, and Ben and Lexi. So the first thing to do is a scooter race. They're going to run all the way down to the end of the court and come back. Are you guys ready? Ready, set, go! Looks like Jess and Carlos won.
All right, so we'll keep the point totals rolling, and the top couple here after the ladies game will receive the Cheesecake Factory gift card for $50 and a $25 gift card to go see a movie.
Back at the Rubin Arena, Palm Beach Atlantic with a 7-2 lead. Here coming out of the first media timeout of the game in the first quarter. Tampa is scoreless in their last 2.5 minutes. As Warden will bring the ball up court. Playing close defense on Warden. Getting it down low this time, not to Jeremy, but to Cranston.
Good defense possession right now for PBA.
Jeremy pulls up for a long two, and she'll hit it, nothing but net.
I think if you're the Sailfish, you're okay with that. I mean, that's a long 18-foot jump shot that she took late in the clock. You made them work for that. I think all in all, you're okay with it. She made it, but I think you'll allow them to take that shot throughout the game and be okay.
Grimm. She'll pull up for three. Nails it. So a 10-4 lead now for the Sailfish.
And Hannah, not a great three-point shooter in her career, around 30%. Able to knock that one down. 5 early for her.
You have an open look, might as well take it. Driving in, knocked away. Anna Galibo gets the steal. Be brought up now by DeShazer.
I think if you're the Sailfish, again, another good defensive possession. You make Cranston put the ball on the deck, and that's what you want to do.
Another three for Grimm. Hits off the side of the backboard. Like you said, not a really high percentage three-point shooter.
Yeah, not in the corner either. I mean, she's more top of the key on the wing, in rhythm type of shooter. And
getting the lay-in and the foul as tighter.
Tighter with a nice finish over Sierra Cumbie. Picked up the foul, able to finish through the contact and a chance at the three-point play.
So we hit that free, make it 10-7 in favor of the Sailfish. Now, are there any injuries to look out for the Sailfish? Because I'm looking over on the bench and looks like Mina is not dressed.
Yeah, Mina is injured. I believe she'll be out for the rest of the season, so that's a tough blow. There's another offensive foul call, and that's the second one on Carmen Jeremy. So that's a big break for the Sailfish here in this first quarter, but not a big break is having Mina on the bench for the rest of the season as one of the primary ball handlers, a pretty good outside shooter and driver. So it's even more dependent on Grimm and Anna Galibo here in the last couple games of the year.
Faith Sanders will come to replace Jeremy. Sailfish will have a little bit of Anna Galibo with the offensive rebound. Quick passing from the Sailfish, getting it back up to Grimm. Down low to Ana Galibo. She turns. Can't get the short jumper to go.
But still, all in all, a good possession for the Sailfish. They had a good shot early, chased down the offensive rebound, and then worked the ball into a good spot.
Trying to get the layup down low, no good. It was Franson. Now Grimm, of course, quickly into the lane, floats it. Can't get that one to go. Ana Galibo with the rebound.
Like you mentioned earlier, that's Grimm's game right there. Not the outside shooting, but getting the ball, rushing down the court, beating everyone inside, and finishing. Unable to get that one to go, though.
Seems to work for Hannah Grimm. She's averaging 20 points a game on the season.
Leading the conference in scoring this year as a senior.
Grimm now to DeShazer. DeShazer will head into the lane this time. Can't get it to go off the glass as the shot clock was going down. Warden slowed down by Nodell. Finds an open Sanders down underneath the basket. An easy 2 points for the Spartans.
Yeah, we talked about last couple possessions on defense for the Sailfish, good possessions, and that time in transition, just not able to get back and find the man and give up an open layup inside.
DeShazer finds Cumby. Heads towards the basket, a spin move, can't get it to go off the glass. Ana Galibo once again with the offensive rebound.
Great work by Ana Galibo on the offensive glass. You're talking about the shot clock. It did not reset, and I think they wanted to confirm that the ball did not hit the rim. So that's why we have the stoppage here. And the Sailfish will have 5 seconds on the inbound to get a shot up.
Gonna have to use probably a set play, or they could just give it to Grimm, and she'll pull up for 3. Gets it off the rim, so no shot clock violation. Looks like Vanderwater is checked in. She couldn't get the rebound down low. Sanders getting it into Franson. She turns, goes up, can't get it to go, but gets the foul.
Good spin move inside by Franson, and Vanderwater just out of position there, and all she could do was foul her, send her to the line, make her earn it the hard way.
So Franson on the year, 76% free throw shooter. Misses one, makes the other. Grimm grabs the rebound. So we are tied 10-10 here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Down low to, wanted to say Vanderwater, but that's Philberg. Can't get it to go.
They do look an awful lot alike, don't they?
Very. Out for another long 2. That is Franson.
And we mentioned earlier when Jeremy took that long jumper and made it that it was okay shot. That one, not so much. Nobody was up guarding Franson, and an easy transition shot where someone had to come off and help because they got beat, and that's not what you want to see.
Davis, she'll head towards the basket, pulls up for a mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. Abney now in the game for Tampa, bringing it up court. She pulls up for a long 2 and once again hits it for Tampa. So it is 14-10, and looks like PBA forced to call a timeout to slow that momentum down.
Academy Bus is the largest privately owned.
So with 1:18 to go in the first quarter, Sailfish down 4.
Yeah, and they're really struggling lately. A 10-0 run for Tampa currently going on with that last jumper by Abney. And the Sailfish really have to do something defensively. Tampa shooting 50%. Sailfish just 23% so far in the early going. They've taken some contested shots that I don't think they really wanted to take, rushing shots a little bit. So they need to get back to doing what they do best, and that's getting Grimm in transition, getting her to be the creator and finding people for open jump shots rather than everyone trying to create on their own. That's not the strength of this team offensively. And defensively, they got to get back in transition. They got to slow down the ball, and they got to find the shooters outside, and that's something they haven't done so far.
Sailfish are scoreless in their last 10 shots. Last 4 minutes, no points as Grimm pulls up, can't hit that mid-range jumper. So Abney rushing down court, Tries to find a man under the basket. Can't get that one to go. That was to Titer.
So here's a good opportunity. A minute left here in this first quarter. The Sailfish have really, controlled the first quarter for the most part up until the last couple minutes, and here's an opportunity to kind of get that momentum back going into the second quarter. You get a basket, you get a stop, maybe you get another basket, and you're tied heading into the break. But it starts here in this first possession.
To Shazer. Can't get it to go off the bottom of the backboard. So Tampa, with 43 seconds left, will get at least one more chance at a basket. Warden. Issue. Tighter. So dish it back out. Long 2 foot was on the line. Can't get it to go. Vanderwater brings down the rebound. So the last shot of the quarter
will
belong to PBA.
Sorry, Matt. That was a good defensive possession there. Hopefully the Sailfish can capitalize here with a good offensive possession at the end of the quarter.
10 on the game clock to Shazer. Finds Philberg, down low to Vanderwater. He's going to turn, can't get it to go off the glass. So Abney from half court to end the quarter. No good. But that'll do it for the first quarter of play here from the Rubin Arena. Tampa leads Palm Beach Atlantic 14-10. Be right back with the second quarter here on the Sailfish Sports Network.
If you get out your raffle ticket, we will randomly draw raffle ticket number 242732. That's 242732. If you have that ticket, come on down, verify it at the scorer's table. Do we have a winner? Looks like we do. And you can possibly celebrate if you win that contest. And when it comes to a post-game meal celebration, the Sailfish always turn to Buffalo Wild Wings. Visit the West Palm Beach location at 4576 Okeechobee Boulevard for the next family dinner or group outing. Fans, we hope you stick around for the halftime contest where you will have a chance to win $10,000. And if you have your student ID on you, go out to the lobby and you can get a Chick-fil-A sandwich absolutely free. We get 100 to give away for the women's contest and then 100 to give away in the men's game.
Back at the Rubin Arena for the start of the second quarter of play. Tampa leads the Sailfish 14-10. 0 points in the last 5.5 minutes for the Sailfish. They're 0 for their last 13. As Warden pulls up for a three-pointer. Make that a 7-point lead for the Spartans.
That's what we talked about from the early going, is that you don't want Rachel Warden to be open from 3. She hit 6 of them the last time they played, hit 1 here to start the second quarter, and it was a wide open look. You have to think you got to go over top of the screens for her. You can't go under and give her the open looks.
So Spilberg's pass knocked away there by Ishu. She gets called for the foul, trying to stop the fast break. So Spilberg and Vanderwater check out. Back on the court is Anna Galibo. Caroline Patrick making her first appearance of the night. Down low to Franson. Anna Galibo playing some good defense. Off of Franson's foot. Stays with Tampa. Issue. 6 on the shot clock. She'll drive into the lane, goes up off the glass and gets it to go. Hannah Grimm rushing into the lane, going up off the glass. That one doesn't quite find its mark. Eshu comes down, can't get the 3 to go. Davis finds the rebound. Very uncharacteristic of Hannah Grimm, not being able to hit any of these shots in the lane that she's pretty much prided herself on making all season.
Yeah, you're right. 2 of 10 so far in this game, and a lot of looks that typically would go. You have to think that those will even out over the course of the game, but the Sailfish need a basket in the worst way right now.
Patrick back to Davis. Finds Anna Galibo down low, 2 on the shot clock. Hits the rim and rolls out. So Warden cross-court pass to Eshu. Down low to Sanders. And great passing finds Franson for an easy layup.
And that all starts with the first round of defense there on Sanders being able to get down inside. The defense has to collapse, and that allows people to come running into the lane without anyone guarding them. That's why they had the easy basket.
So Ana Galibo gets the pass down low, turns, tries to force one, but she does get the foul, so she'll head to the line. That one on Franson.
At the line, shooting 2.
Extremely well-balanced stat line for the Spartans. No player with more than 5 points, but they lead by 11. That 10 now that Ana Galibo hits that first free throw.
Well, it kind of, plays into how this Spartan team plays too. I mean, they only average 62 points a game, only 2 players in double figures, and one of those has been on the bench for most of this game with Carmen Jeremy picking up those 2 early fouls. And, kind of surprisingly, that's when Tampa went on their run to take the big lead, is when she went to the bench. So, sometimes you think that your best player or one of your best players being in foul trouble hurts you, and sometimes, the other team doesn't know how to game plan against you now that they're out of the game, and that kind of seems to be how it's played out so far in this one.
Eshu chases the ball down and is able to fall on the offensive rebound, gets it out to Warden.
And you see no Sailfish on the floor for that ball. Ball hit the deck, and she was the only one on the floor trying to get that loose ball.
Eshu somehow gets her own rebound. Don't know what that was, but it will not be called a foul. Looks like she leaned into Cumbie trying to draw the foul.
But you got to love, if you're the coach for Tampa, Tom Jess, you got to love, the hard work that she's putting in there, and she's the only one scrambling for the ball out of all 10 players on the court. So you love the hustle if you don't love the result.
2 straight offensive rebounds for Eshu. Grimm has it on the wing. Tries to get it down low to Ana Galibo, and Eshu gets the steal. Brings it up court. To slow it down. Great passing from Tampa. Warden can't hit that 3 from the corner. Grimm head towards the basket and called for a carry. Very uncharacteristic game for Hannah Grimm. Not able to get anything going.
Well, you had to figure that it wasn't going to be like it was in Tampa earlier this year, where Hannah scored 33 points and was able to carry this team and keep them in contention. So maybe she gets going in the second half and able to get back on rhythm. But right now, like you said, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle for everyone. You can't just put it on her. The team is shooting 18% overall from the floor. She's 2 of 10, but everyone else has to carry their weight a little bit too. It can't just be her doing everything, as another turnover for Tampa here. So they got to get Hannah going, but they got to get someone else going as well. She's not going to score 70 points to lead this team to victory tonight. We all know that. So
Sailfish down 9, 6.5 to go in the half. Cumbie to Grimm. Finding Ana Galibo in the lane. She'll spin, turn, and hits the mid-range jumper.
Nice move there by Ana Galibo. Took a defender on one-on-one out of the zone. Able to just spin by her and use her quickness and athleticism to beat her. Finally getting PBA a field goal. It's been about 10 minutes of game action since her last field goal.
Up top to Abney. She drives into the lane. Maybe a little bit of a push off there. She can't hit the mid-range jumper. So Grimm back with the ball for the Sailfish. Nodell. Back to Grimm on the wing. Looking for a way into the lane. Instead, she pulls up for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Spartans. Cross-court pass. Finds Tighter, and she'll hit.
And again, transition defense is something that the Sailfish have struggled with in this game, and that's where Tampa has been able to take advantage. A lot of times you see Sailfish taking advantage of their opponent not being able to get back in transition D, and so far tonight, Sailfish need to do a little bit better job of finding the ball and finding those open runners.
Grimm not able to hit the layup. Nice rebound, back out to Grimm, no good.
Yeah, nice job by Anaya Ross to just rip that ball away.
Lots of quick passing from Tampa as Anaya Ross gets the block. I believe that was Sanders who was going for a underhand layup. In that case, it's going to be real easy for Ross to just swat it. Now Cumbie back up to Grimm.
Not a lot of movement right now for the Sailfish.
Anagalibo out to Ross. Ross can't hit the jumper. Abney bring it up court for Tampa. Head into the lane trying to dish it out. Able to keep the ball. Cumbie steals the pass back up to the top of the key. So it looks like the Sailfish are going to slow things down. You're right, not a lot of movement.
And you don't have a lot of ball handlers out there either, so it's not like someone besides Hannah is going to be able to really create off the bounce. So you got to get people in motion. You got to get some quick passing, and that's not a good look trying to throw it over the top like that.
That ball heads out of bounds from Nodell. The shot clock was going down, but that will be a media timeout here with 3:42 left to go in the half. Spartans lead Sailfish 23-14. We'll be right back on the Sailfish Sports Network.
Home make a layup and a free throw. First to accomplish all 4 shots. The fastest is going to win. Bobby, get him ready.
That's right, we have Trevor and Abby, we have Ben and Lexi. Are you guys ready? Set, go! Have to make a free throw. The granny shot's not working.
Academy Bus is the largest privately owned and operated transportation company in the United States and is the official out-of-town transportation provider of Sailfish Athletics. With a central operations center located here in Palm Beach County, Academy Bus is who our Sailfish teams turn to for away game trips. For more information or to reserve a trip for your group, visit academybus.com.
Bobby, keep tallying up those points, and we'll find out who's in the lead at halftime.
Coming out of the media timeout, Tampa with a 23-14 lead over the Sailfish. As Tampa has possession of the ball following that out-of-bounds pass by Nodell.
And Sailfish have done a pretty good job here the last few possessions on defense. They've kept Tampa off the offensive boards, made them take tough shots, but they haven't been able to translate that into offense yet. See if they can do that here.
Tighter into the lane. Knocked away by Cumbie, so it'll stay with the Spartans.
That's one thing we've seen Tampa do a lot of so far, is take people off the dribble from outside the three-point arc, and they've had a lot of success beating the primary defender. That time the secondary defender able to help.
Grimm with the steal, finds Nodell. Trying to speed down court.
I think we have a clock issue. We're going to come over and reset the game clock and the shot clock, as I don't think either of them started right off the bat on that turnover. So that's what they're going to do. 3:17 on the game clock, 28 on the shot clock, and we're ready to go again.
So Grimm giving it to Svilberg, who's checked in following the media timeout. Back up top to Grimm. Excellent defense from Tampa, not allowing Grimm to get in there. Svilberg hits a three. The basket will count, but a foul on Anaya Ross.
Yeah, they're going to get Anaya for the contact down low, trying to box out one of the Tampa players. And so the good thing for the Fish is they're not going to wave off that basket. The basket counts, and Anaya picks up the foul. So really, no harm really there. I mean, only two fouls for the Sailfish here in the quarter with 3 minutes to go. Anaya with 1.5, so really no harm there in that foul.
Interesting to look at game trends. Tampa with 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes. not really doing well handling the ball. They still do have an 8-point lead.
And you can afford to turn it over some when you hold opposition to 21% shooting, as another offensive foul here. This one again on Anaya. So that one does cause harm now, going back to that other one. And that one obviously a turnover, so the Sailfish don't even have an opportunity to get a shot up. But you know, Tampa, they can play a little aggressively here with how well they've done on the defensive end.
And the foul as well as that Nia Ross's second. So she will come off. Anagalibo back on the court. Jumper no good. And the follow-up layup by Sanders is good.
A good ball movement by Tampa against the zone, the pressure defense. And that's what happens when you play a zone. You don't always know where people are, and you don't box out.
Cumbie can't get the follow-up to go. Grimm almost able to knock that ball away, crossing half court. Warden finds Sanders in the corner. Quick passing from Tampa. Getting it in tighter, knocked away. Grimm will take control for Sailfish.
Good defense there by PBA. And Tider, I think, was trying to be a little too fancy, trying to look off the defender instead of looking to see where the help pressure was, and just threw that one away.
All that quick passing can help create some looks for Tampa, but as we've seen with 5 turnovers in this quarter, it does have a bit of a negative. Eshu able to escape a trap from Cumbie, gets it to Warden. Back to Eshu. Eshu for 3. She'll hit that.
She's been all over the place tonight for Tampa. I mean, we saw her dive on the floor, pick up some loose balls, beat a defender into the lane, and they're hitting a 3. So she's been one of those players, only 5 points so far, but she's been one that's made a big impact so far.
19 on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock. Moving it off to Spilberg. Getting it into Anagalibo in the lane. Goes up off the glass and gets it to go.
Tough finish there by Rue.
So that ends a few-minute streak of no points for the Sailfish. Still down by 11 with 20 to go here in the half. Turning, getting it to go off the front of the rim is Franson.
Still plenty of time to get a good look.
So the Sailfish will have 10 seconds to end the half. Grimm naturally goes in, can't get that one to go. Long pass down to Warden. Looks like she'll get the layup as time expires to end the half.
That's a backbreaker for the Sailfish there to end the half. You think you're going to get a basket to make it a 9-point game. Instead, it becomes a 13-point game at the half.
So, that being said, at half, it is 32-19. Spartans lead the Sailfish. Anagalibo, the leading scorer for the Sailfish, with 8 points. Meanwhile, an evenly distributed Tampa team. No player has more than 7 points. The leader is 7 with Tider.
And they have 7 players that have scored. So, like you've been talking about throughout the game, a lot of balance for Tampa. We've seen that in their stat line for the season. So, it's something the Fish are going to have to contend with in the second half to get back. They got to get Grimm going. They got to find Anagalibo early and try to get back into this game.
Once again, it is 32-19 at the half. We'll be back with the second half here from the Rubin Arena on the Sailfish Sports Network.
The statistics say 1 out of 5 women and 1 out of 16 men. If we hear stories of it happening on campuses across the country, why would we think we're different? What's keeping us from breaking the silence?
Dating and domestic violence,
stalking and sexual assault
are all things worth speaking up about.
Whether it's for you
or someone else.
Whether it happens in the daylight
or at night.
You're Sailfish, and others' actions don't define you.
There's no shame in speaking out.
Sexual assault has no preference between gender, race, or age.
Speaking up doesn't make you weak.
Because at Palm Beach Atlantic University, your safety and security is our #1 priority.
You are surrounded by a Christ-centered community, the Sailfish family.
Just speak out, Sailfish.
Because no means no.
And you're not stuck.
Speak out, Sailfish. We take sexual assault and sexual harassment very seriously. So please be accountable. Please respect others and understand the integrity of the individual. So I'm encouraging you to speak out, Sailfish.
So speak out, Sailfish.
Speak out, Sailfish.
Just speak out, Sailfish. Let's speak out, Sailfish.
Speak out, Sailfish.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports. From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
back in the Rubin Arena. Sailfish getting us back underway here for the beginning of the second half. Tampa leads Palm Beach Atlantic 32-19. There's no tell just to go. Quick 2 points to start off the half for Jessica Nodell.
That's what you want to see if you're the Sailfish. I mean, they went so long in that second quarter without making a field goal. Nice to get on the board early.
Offensive rebound back up to Ward.
Now we see Carmen Jeremy back in there after getting 2 fouls in that first quarter. See what kind of action she's involved in.
With a jumper from the free throw line.
She's been the one that's been involved in so many plays. That's why she's out there to start this second half, and 8 points already for her. So we see her diving on the floor, making a couple of long jumpers, and now getting a defensive rebound.
Bringing it up for Tampa. Finds a wide open Jeremy, who is back in the game after getting a couple fouls to start off in the first quarter.
And again, we saw transition defense was an issue in the first half. Again, here early on the second half, and then another issue for the Sailfish.
So looks like Grimm will head to the line after Eshu is
Tampa foul number 23, Emily Eshu, for first person.
That's something we didn't see in that first half. Grimm would drive in, maybe a little bit of contact, didn't get the foul. That's really where her game is at. It's getting that contact, finishing through it, and also getting to the free throw line, where she's a pretty good shooter.
From the free throw line, she shoots about 70%, 68 to be exact. Since that first one.
And sometimes you think that, going to the free throw line, making a couple, getting into the rhythm, allows you to be able to go out there and make some jumpers, and see if that works for her.
Long pass down low. Can't keep it under control. Gordon looking for Francis. So Sailfish will take control.
That's one of those things you want to do when you extend that pressure defense, whether it's full court, three-quarter court, or half court, is you want to tempt them into making those long passes that are tough to complete.
Touch the ball now that they get it to Anagalivo. She goes up and under. Nice lay-in to get 2.
A nice finish there by Rue. She's been the one that's been the hot hand so far. 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Need to find her more.
Get down low, and Tampa answers with a 2 of their own from Francis.
The difference between that one and the possession before where they threw the ball away was that Francis was out in the corner now 2 times ago, and that was directly in the basket.
Grimm hits it from mid-range. Quick 2s being traded between the Spartans and the Sailfish. Getting it into Jeremy. Knocked away by Cumby. Stays with Tampa. 15 on the shot clock. And get it down low once again to Franson, but a travel
violation.
There's good pressure defense there by Grimm, though. And she made it really tough. Had an open player underneath. Eshu was trying to find her, but Grimm was right on top of her and able there to deflect the pass away.
So fresh shot clock. 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Inbounding it. Quick pass back to Jeremy. She goes up and gets it off the glass.
You see that a lot of times when the ball is thrown in on the wing, not as much underneath, where you get it back quickly to the inbounder.
Download on Anagalivo. She gets it 2 of her own.
Wonder where this offensive output was in the first half. I mean, both teams have scored 18 points combined here in the first 3 minutes of this second half, and barely saw that in the entire quarters in the first half.
This is out. And a 2 for Franson. Grimm bringing it up court. Looks like he's going to head into the lane, pulls up, can't get it to go. Down court is tighter. Grimm trying to go for the steal. Jeremy down low, blocked by Cumby. She gets her own rebound. Long 3, no good. Grimm will easily grab the rebound and slow things down. Cumby, 2-pointer, no good. Warden comes down with the rebound. She'll bring it up court for Tampa. Down low once again to Jeremy. Can't get that one to go. Cumby grabs the rebound. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Sailfish down 13. Grimm once again, mid-range jumper goes.
A lot more balance that time for Grimm as she crossed over and went up with the shot. A lot of times so far in this one on her jumper, she's been fading, leaning to one side. That time went straight up, able to knock it down.
Jeremy. She pulls up for a jumper and hits that. That'll be SU's 9th point of the game. It's a timeout called by Carlos Palacio and PBA.
Timeout call on the court. Finishing media.
5.5
and
to
fans
go.
will continue our couples challenge. Each have a basketball on one end of the court. During the allotted time, each person must make both a layup and a free throw first to accomplish all 4 shots. Fastest, they're going to win. Bobby, who's down there?
That's right. So we have Jesse.
Sometimes it's hard to tell from the outside what a personal injury law firm actually does. We're busy meeting our clients, learning about their injuries, and hearing about how the accident has affected their life. We do all the work to make sure the insurance company takes your case seriously. We strategize and we prepare for trial. We spend our days and even our nights pursuing justice and protecting the rights of our clients. That's what we do.
We got first place, Bryce and Libby. Let's give a round of applause.
Congratulations to Bryce and Libby. They pick up some points in the contest. And if you want to pick up something cool, check out Pro Sports. From uniforms to practice gear and everything in between. Pro Sports outfits all Palm Beach Atlantic sports teams. You can visit them at
5.5 to go in the third quarter. Tampa leads the Sailfish 44-31.
And after a really tough first half, we've seen both teams come out and shoot extremely well here in the second half. Both teams over 60%. Sailfish need to find a way to get a stop on the defensive end.
Can't getting it to go is Cumby. Rebound gets away from Davis. Jeremy down to SU. She'll slow things down and get a soft lay-in. Cumby rushed down, tried to block it, but a nice move by SU to make her run right by her. Cumby into the lane. Can't get it to go, but she will go to the line.
I've seen that a lot for the Sailfish in this game, is attacking the rim. I mean,
Team second. Time on the court is the Palm Beach Atlantic University Sailfish. Timeout.
So
now set to
another timeout on the floor. This one will be another media timeout, the 5-minute media timeout in the third quarter. 46-31. Tampa leads PBA. You were watching the Sailfish Sports Network.
If you want Sailfish content delivered straight to your inbox,
The statistics say 1 out of 5 women and 1 out of 16 men. If we hear stories of it happening on campuses across the country, why would we think we're different? What's keeping us from breaking the silence?
Dating and domestic violence,
Stalking and sexual assault.
Are all things worth speaking up about,
Whether it's for you
Or someone else.
Whether it happens in the daylight,
or at night.
Your Sailfish and others' actions don't define you.
there's no shame in speaking out.
Sexual assault has no preference between gender, race, or age.
Speaking up doesn't make you weak.
Because at Palm Beach Atlantic University, your safety and security is our #1 priority.
You're surrounded by a Christ-centered community, the Sailfish family.
just speak out, Sailfish.
Because no means no.
And you're not stuck.
Speak out, Sailfish. We take sexual assault and sexual harassment very seriously. So please be accountable. Please respect others. And
Tampa leading 15. Cumby at the line. She'll hit the first free throw. Trying to put the lead back to 13. Hits the second.
She never went out of bounds. Tyler thought she was out of bounds and was standing in bounds and tried to throw the ball in bounds. So a violation and a turnover for Tampa. I don't know that I've ever seen that. I'm going to say the same thing. I don't know that I've ever seen someone do that before. You see a lot of times someone's out of bounds and like falls inbounds and trying to throw it in. You never see someone who's inbounds thinking they're out of bounds.
She almost argued with the referee too. That's what made me. What? All right, so Sailfish will take control once again after that mishap. Nodell pass picked off, so no harm, no foul for Tampa.
Really a wasted opportunity there. I mean, you're down 13, trying to get back in this one. You have a big turnover, and then you turn the ball over yourself. So see if Sailfish can take advantage here after that stop.
Anaya Ross with the rebound. And she carried. Looks like she second-guessed herself as she went into the lane. Maybe she thought she was going to drive and then saw an open chance at a three-pointer in the corner. Couldn't decide where she wanted to go with it, so it'll be a Tampa ball. Sailfish still down 13.
After that hot start we saw, he was kind of cooled off here after those couple of timeouts. And that kind of breaks up the rhythm for both sides. And you see some sloppy play since then.
Davis almost takes it away from Abney. Abney gets the, I wouldn't say rebound, but she gets the loose ball and goes in for the lay-in. The lead back to 15. Spielberg. Back out to Grimm. Davis. 9 on the shot clock. Go ahead in the lane. Pulls up and hits the mid-range.
A lot better movement for the Sailfish here in this quarter. Talked about the second quarter, they're just so stagnant on offense, and you see the ball moving in and out and around the perimeter, and Grimm able to take her defender one-on-one and get by her.
Jeremy. Up top, tighter. Jeremy rushes in, pulls up, can't get it to go. Tighter with the rebound. Pass to, looked like it was intended for Jeremy. Got away from it. Tampa still with possession, 15 on the shot clock. Eshu, long two. No good. And that'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, I think the officials missed this one. It's not often that I'll say that, but it looked to me like that one clearly went off of Jeremy's hand last. And Tampa will keep possession here. Jeremy and Ross were both battling for it, and I thought for sure that went off of Jeremy, but
a couple screams from the PBA bench. How do you miss that?
The official's right there, so you got to give them the benefit of the doubt that they saw it better than we did sitting all the way across the floor. But
Tighter in the lane, pulls up and hits. So lead once again back to 15. Spartans 50, Sailfish 35. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Over to Davis. Spielberg down low to Ross. Back out to Davis. She'll pull up for three. Nails it.
That's somebody you want to see get going for the Sailfish is Tyler Davis. She's capable of scoring a bunch of points quickly, knocking down that three. It'd be helpful to get the Sailfish back in this one.
So Warden out to Tighter. Looking for a lay-in, stolen by Grimm. So 2-on-1 situation. Davis trailing, but naturally Grimm will take it herself and hit the layup.
Grimm's had a nice third quarter here for the Sailfish, now up to 15 points to lead all players. And you can see that defense to offense is really what her strength has been. And nice job to jump in that passing lane there and take the ball away.
Lead cut to 10 for the Spartans. It's Jeremy trying to turn on Anna Galibo. Anna Galibo called for the foul and one. Jeremy will head to the line for the three-point play.
That's where you see her athleticism. She's clearly not one of the bigger post players in this conference or even in this game, but she has such a quick first step when she has that player behind her and able to just work her way around Anna Galibo that time and use her athleticism and quickness. And that's really been a struggle for the Sailfish to be able to defend.
It's Anna Galibo's first foul as Patrick comes in to replace Nia Ross. Can't complete the three-point play. Free throw no good.
We'll see the Sailfish are able to execute here in the final minute of this third quarter. They've had a couple of chances in this game to execute down the stretch of a quarter and haven't really capitalized on it. See if we can do it here.
Corner to Davis. That serves the basket, stops, back up to Grimm. 5 on the shot clock, going up for the layup, and good.
Nice job to switch over to the left at the last second and finish with the left by Grimm.
So the shot clock is off. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tampa will slow things down and take the last shot. Lead at 10 for the Spartans.
You want to get a stop here on defense, obviously, and you don't want to give up an offensive rebound.
SU 5, 4, 2. She'll head to the basket. Can't get it to go, and that'll do it for the third quarter. 52-42 lead for the Spartans as we head into the final quarter of play here from the Rubin Arena. We'll be right back here on the Sailfish Sports Network.
Where it's going to be all about trust.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Back here at the Rubin Arena. Start off final quarter of play.
See if the Sailfish are able to keep Hannah Grimm going offensively. Up to 17 points, of course, we mentioned just needs 35 in this one to become the all-time leading scorer in program history. And I mean, she needs 18 here in the quarter. She scored 20 last time in the fourth quarter these two teams played. So if she's able to repeat that, then she'd be right there with the record.
Force the ball out of bounds. They're under the basket, so the Sailfish take control. Down 10. Over download on Galibo. Nice spin move, gets it to go and roll.
Great job to get the defender Franson on her hip and able to spin back the other way.
Warden. Finds Sanders. Back to Warden. Trying to get it down low to Jeremy, but Spielberg playing some great defense. Push it back out. Long two, no good. Go from Franson.
Yeah, Spielberg is a good interior post defender. Not afraid of contact with Jeremy inside.
Grimm from the free throw line, no good. On a Galibo rebound. Airballs the layup.
She just rushed it. I think she's expecting there to be a defender or maybe some contact and instead just rushed that shot.
Warden. Down low to Jeremy. Branson for the shot, no good. Davis will grab the rebound. Down 8 now, Sailfish. Grim into the lane, up off the glass, no good. Anna second chance, yes. So a 6-point lead for the Spartans now. Sailfish slowly chipping away. 8:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. So that'll be immediate timeout. 52-46. Sailfish trail. We'll be right back on the Sailfish.
Rising Stars visiting and competing on the golf course in the annual Honda Classic at PBA National Resort in Spa.
Every Sailfish team aims to look good on and off the field. So when it comes to our Nike apparel needs, we always turn to AdPro Sports. From uniforms to practice gear and everything in between, AdPro Sports outfits all 12 Palm Beach Atlantic sports teams while serving as a one-stop shop from concept to reality. Learn more by visiting adprosports.com. Aramark serves as the official food service provider of Palm Beach Atlantic University. Whether it's the Fraser Dining Hall, Einstein Brothers Bagels, or our very own Green Complex Chick-fil-A, the friendly folks of Aramark are ready to serve the PBA community. Aramark serves over 1,500 colleges and universities worldwide with 270,000 employees meeting the needs of their clients every day. Find out more by visiting aramark.com.
Out of the media timeout. 8:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Esho. It's the long two-pointer.
She's been someone that the Fish have just struggled to contain here in this game. She leads the team with 13 points. It's not like she's put up a big number, but she's impacted the game in so many different ways. She's been a player the Sailfish have not been able to account for.
Also got 4 rebounds on the night.
And there knocks that one away from Amanda Galibo. She seems to be involved in all of those little plays that really add up. Maybe don't show up in the box score, but they really impact the game.
Sanders in the lane. Bring it off for Tighter. 6 on the shot clock. SU wide open lane to the basket.
That one looked like it could have been an offensive foul. It looked like she might have dipped that shoulder a little bit and drove into Caroline Patrick, and instead it's Patrick who picks up the foul.
At the line,
Yeah, been one of those cases where she was moving, wasn't set, so they went ahead and called it for the offense, but it did look like a little bit of an extension as she hits that first free throw. Lead back to 9.
And number 0, Sierra Kelly.
So SU will take the second and hits the second. So once again, the lead back to 10 for the Spartans. Grim. From the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Davis. Tries to dish it to Grim, who was driving to the basket.
And too many bodies in there for Davis to get that ball through. Nice job to pick it up initially, but then try to force it over. Grim was open, and there's too many people between her and the ball.
SU driving in, dishes out to Warden. Warden for 3, nothing but net. PBA will take a timeout.
Timeout, Sailfish, Palm Beach Atlantic University, Sailfish timeout.
In the momentum that Tampa has built after being just as close as 6 points, the Sailfish find themselves down once again by double digits, this time by 13, 59-46. Grim currently with 17 points, Anna Galibo sitting on 16. Easily the leading scorers for the for the Sailfish.
Yeah, and Grim had that great third quarter. scored, I believe, 14 points in that quarter, and they've been shut out so far in this fourth quarter. And you know, it's just been one of those nights where the ball just will not fall for her. 7 of 24 from the floor. She's had so many good looks, and it just seems to be a lid on there for her. But you know, the Sailfish, you know, they still have a chance here in this one. Down 13, we've seen them go on runs, and it's been something characteristic of them all season long that no matter how big the lead seems to grow, it seems they always make a run at the end to get back in and make the game a lot closer than maybe what it was throughout the course of the game. So we'll see if they're able to do that here. And it starts on the defensive end. And you know, Tampa shooting over 50% in this game overall. They've been able to get the shots they wanted to get. But the Sailfish has got to do a good job of keeping Tampa off the offensive glass, keeping Jeremy out of the post with the ball, and really forcing Tampa to work for their shots. And obviously they got to score. They can't take too many possessions without getting a basket.
It's a pretty telling stat, although not many people would probably expect anything different on Galibo and Grimm, of course, both in double digits. One with 17, one with 16, but no other Sailfish has more than 5 points. Cumby with 2, Spilberg with 3, Davis with 3, DeShazer with 3, Nodell with 2.
Yeah, no one else actually has more than 1 field goal made, so I mean, both Grimm and Andy Galibo have 7 each, and really the team has lived and died with both of those 2 players, and haven't found that third scorer all season long. You don't expect to find it, but maybe someone can make a basket here or there to really catapult this team down the stretch of this game.
2 on the shot clock, able to get it off, doesn't go. So Sailfish will take control. Grimm heading into the lane, doesn't get the foul call. Looks like she's campaigning for that.
That's something, I mean, she's got to the line probably around 7-8 times a game, and so far tonight just twice. And so that's really been one of her calling cards, is getting in the lane and not only scoring, but getting the contact and getting the foul. And so far, haven't had a lot of whistles. Only 12 free throws have been shot in the game between both teams.
Grimm almost knocks it away from Titer, finds Eshu, 3 on the shot clock. Warden pulls up from the free throw line and nails it.
That's a tough shot right there by Warden.
Lead back up to 15. Out to Cumby. Cumby finds Spilberg. Quick perimeter passing from the Sailfish. Cumby can't hit the mid-range jumper. Grimm gets the rebound and she's fighting for it, but a whistle called. Looks like the Sailfish will keep control down underneath their own basket. I believe that foul on Eshu.
Yeah, nice job. Grimm usually is one of the better rebounders for the Sailfish. That's 5 in this one. Second on the team. Make that 6 with that last one. So always in there, sticking her nose in there.
Grimm for 3, no good. Cumby with the rebound. Spilberg give it to DeShazer to head into the lane. Anna Galibo up off the glass and good.
A nice decision there by Darsan. Got into the lane, didn't really have anywhere to go with it, and Ruth came alongside her, able to dish it off to her for the easy 2.
Stolen on Galibo. Up off the glass again. So a quick 4 points for the Sailfish, cuts the lead to 11. So we talked about the Sailfish really only having 2 players that have made more than 1 field goal as Titer hits that layup. On the other hand, Tampa once again very balanced. They have 3 players in double digits. They have 2 more that are just a point away from double digits. That 3-pointer no good.
Yeah, they only played 7 players, but it hasn't mattered. That's the way this team has always been, is that they don't have a lot of players that get a lot of minutes, but all of them are essentially of equal talent level, and so they can just interchange those parts, and you know, it's the reason why they're always up there in the SSC.
Eshu can't hit from 3. And Titer's right there for the easy putback.
So now 4 players in double figures for Tampa. Titer now with 13, and you know, she's 6 of 6 from the floor. A lot of those come back on putbacks. Also has 10 rebounds. And the Celtics have just not done a good job of keeping her off the offensive glass.
DeShazer off the front iron, no good. Another thing to look at for Tampa is that only 2 of their players have attempted a three-pointer. That would be Eshu and Warden, both with 5.
Very selective, and they know what they want to do offensively, and they're going to wait and wait and wait to execute that. That's why you see so many times the shot clock under 10 like it is now.
Jeremy going towards the basket and called for the foul is Anna Galibo.
Foul number 22.
So that is Anna Galibo's second personal foul. So Jeremy will head to the line. Down 15, Sailfish. Jeremy hits this free throw. It'll be the largest lead of the night for the Spartans.
Returning to the Sailfish, number 1, Anaya Ross, and number 3, Jessica Nodell.
So Nodell, Anaya Ross on the court. Currently on the floor for the Sailfish, Ross, Cumby, Anna Galibo, and Grimm, as well as Nodell. Bringing it up court. 2.5 to go in the game. Coach Palacio calls the timeout. Down 17.
The official food service provider of Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Tampa has hit 5 of their last 7.
For our very own Green Complex Chick-fil-A.
We've seen them.
Friendly folks in Airmark.
You're right, man. We've seen them go on these runs so many times. It seems like once a quarter they go on these runs where they get really, really hot. They make a lot of baskets, and the Sailfish have done it, but they haven't done it enough. They had a good third quarter where they outscored Tampa 23-20, but outside of that, I mean, they've scored, what, 27 points in the other 3 quarters, and you can't have one quarter where you do well and expect to win against good teams like Tampa. You might be able to get away with it with lesser competition, but here in the SSC, having one quarter where you have a good quarter is not going to cut it. I mean, 2, 3 quarters might get it done in most games, but so far they've only been able to put it together in that third quarter.
So that offensive rebound by Titer a few minutes ago, that was a putback after the missed 3, actually put her up to a double-double. 13 points, 10 rebounds. Can't hit that mid-range shot. Back up top to Warden. Titer. Up to Eshu, 9 on the shot clock. Gets the screen, heading into the lane, turning. Can't get it to go, and it looks like stolen by the Sailfish. It was going to be shot clock violation, but Grimm goes in, immediately putting it up, can't get it to go. And she is limping
not look good.
underneath the basket.
That does not look good. Hopefully it's just some kind of cramp, or maybe she just rolled an ankle, but she was definitely favoring, I believe, the left leg. She has it up in the air right now. Head athletic trainer Sam Eisen taking a look at her, but she is still down on one knee and in obvious pain here.
So with 1:36 to go, Sailfish trail by 17.
You can see her there being attended to. Head coach Carlos Palacio has come over. Both teams are huddled up, and Hannah's still in some pain, trying to work out that leg.
Brought the water over. Maybe it is just a cramp.
She is not putting any weight on that left leg at all. That does not look good for Hannah. Has been just a tremendous player for the Sailfish over the last 3 years, especially this season. I mentioned it so many times. Only 15 points away from the school record. Has only been here at PBA for 3 years. Came into tonight just 77 points away from the single season record for scoring. Both records you'd expect her to be able to take over. And now you just hope that she's able to get back on the court on Saturday.
So if this injury is significant, big question for the Sailfish is, other than Anna Galibo, who is going to be that player that steps up and can get that double-digit scoring that they need.
Right, especially with Salhia now injured as well. You know, someone like Tyler Davis, you can do it. Caroline Patrick did it in her first game of her career last season, able to do it. Jessica Nell's a pretty good shooter, so I think you're going to see a lot more of that if Hannah can't play on Saturday.
Anna Galibo getting the basket and the foul. Great pass from Patrick, getting it down low to Anna Galibo.
Anyway, for the Spartans, number 11, Brittany Dempsey.
So a minute 3 to go in the fourth quarter. 15-point lead for the Spartans.
Anna Galibo at the line.
Take this chance to plug the second game of our doubleheader as the PBA men will take on the University of Tampa Spartan men.
That would be another good one here inside of Rubin Arena. Both teams like to get up and down the court. They like to score. They like to shoot the three. And you know, I think a lot of people are excited to see what Marshall Riddle's able to do. He's been hot of late, shooting the ball for the Sailfish. And we'll see if the Fish can get another big win, trying to get back into contention in the SSC standings. Of course, only the top 8 will make the tournament. PBA fighting for their life on that side as well as they are here on the women's side.
Taken away by Davis. Get it to Patrick. Patrick for 3. Can't get it to go. So 2-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Pretty much a foregone conclusion here, but Sailfish still not giving up as time is expiring. 20 to go on the shot clock. I mean on the game clock. Cross-court pass. Bring it down low. Looks like the subs are in for Tampa. Down low to Cody. Three-pointer from Ingram, no good. Rebounded by Sanders. Ends up out of bounds, so it'll go to the Sailfish, but 2.5 seconds left. What you can really do is inbound, and if they want to heave one, they can, but won't make much of a difference as the Sailfish will fall here at the Rubin Arena. 67-52.
The women's contest
their record to a 4-19, 3-14 in conference. Tampa moves to 17-7 on the year, 10-7 in conference. Of course, the women will be back in action on Saturday.
And all PBA students with the valid ID.
You have to hope that Hannah is okay after a great-looking injury there.
Yeah, I mean, we hope for her sake that she's able to finish out. She is walking now, so hopefully that means she's okay for Saturday. And you know, thoughts are with her, and hopefully that she's able to play on Saturday, finish out her career on the court. She's been such a great player, special player for PBA. You'd hate for an injury to take it away here at the end.
So once again, final score here from the Rubin Arena. Tampa 67, Palm Beach Atlantic 52. Join us in about 35 minutes as the men take the court. The second game of our doubleheader. You're watching these Sailfish.